What you guys should be focusing on is how can you help other people right now? How can you make sure that your neighbor who is older has food? Do you have enough to share with them? That's an important thing to be stressed about. Welcome to Epic Defense HQ. What are you doing? Hi, big girl. You gonna try and kill me? No? Fair enough. Thank you. And down yonder is Cruella being a big fat. Let's see if I can show you my other Herminia. It's always a little disconcerting when you initially cannot find a very gigantic, relatively potent venomed spider. There's a little booty poking out. And this one is actually empty because we are waiting for another arrival. And there's still like 15 more tarantulas upstairs. I think I'm at a total of 36 now. Okay, so it is March 13th, aka Friday the 13th, and it decided it was going to start snowing in the middle of March. So on my agenda for today is getting this beast fixed. My tone ring decided to go out and take a wheel sensor with it, so I currently have no ABS and no traction control. No anything really, no driver assisted safety. So I have to drive this in the snow to go get a tone ring put in because I'm not trying to dick around with a hub by myself in the snow on Friday the 13th. So continuing with the tone of the day, it's 7:47. I've been up for an hour and a half. I just went and got coffee and I drove past Costco, which doesn't open till 10, and there were probably close to 100 people stacked up waiting in line for toilet paper or whatever else. For those of you guys that didn't know that I kart race, I kart race. Here's my CRG shifter, Micron 5T. It's my wife's kart. She just runs tag class. So also on my list of shit to do today is put the new CRG smoke black tank in, because my tank is getting a little crusty. So that's gonna happen today. Just did an entire carb and top end rebuild on that motor. My linkage feels a little sloppy, so I got to go through that today. New R4H on there. Yeah, from the last weekend or so. These are all the tires that I've gone through. Those are all dead. See, this was my last session. That one's pretty far gone. So, new tires on all of the carts. I need to get Whitney a new battery because hers is finally starting to die. She's running the Micron 4. The only reason for that is she doesn't want to know how fast she's going, which I can kind of respect. Focus too much on how fast you're going, you start thinking too much, and well, it inhibits your driving. So, good old road tax. I hate working on them. Hi, buddy. Oh, kid. Hi. What do you think of all this? You're a wolf. This is like, Cade, I can pet him too. What do you think? Tell the camera everything. So I am a wolf puppy and I love snow. Thinks is like, I grew up in this shit. Apparently there is no frogs out right now. That's cool. I'm just really excited to show you guys. Oh, wait, hold on. Extreme close up. No, I went too far. You're just gonna have to take my word for it that that yellow thing back there is a poison dart frog. I don't know where everyone is. They're all probably hiding from the snow. Or the crazy dogs. Guess this is the start of day 2. Turn my white balance down. How do I do that? I don't want to spot focus, you fucking stupid camera. So it's day 2. Started filming yesterday and what you guys just saw, and immediately got run over by phone calls and everything else. So being a gun guy, being a prepper, being, you know, whatever the fuck you want to say, a lot of people ask me like, hey, what should I get? And my answer to them is like, well, it's not what you should get, it's what you should have gotten a long time ago. You know, I had to go to the store yesterday too, and get bags of dog food, which my car is full of right now. You know, that's something that we usually are pretty last minute on, because dog food's heavy and we're kind of lazy about that. So again, lots of people have been asking me like, what do I do? You know, like what is what does a state of national emergency mean? And I looked at them like, well, this is a first for me too. Like, I'm only 33 years old. I don't know. You know, if martial law is declared, who knows? And you know, my YouTube presence and the photos that I post on Instagram and stuff, you know, kind of label me as a gun guy. That kind of puts me at risk, you know. Might be agents showing up at my door trying to take my stuff. I can tell you right now that that's not going to happen. But something that I really wanted to stress to you guys is that a lot of you are healthy, you know. A lot of you are going to be fine. And I think realistically, the majority of people will be fine. But that said, you know, if you have a bit of a cold, chances are high that a lot of you, like myself, are really hardworking people, and you know, you're thinking to yourselves, oh, I just have a bit of a cold, you know, I gotta pay my bills. You know, no one's gonna pay them for me. You're a hardworking person, I get that. What you don't understand, and what a lot of people are failing to grasp, is that your little cold could be catastrophic for other people. This isn't about you. And I'm speaking directly to the healthy, you know, let's say 15 to 45-year-old people. You know, this isn't about you, and this isn't about your health. It's about not spreading it to people who are more susceptible. So if you think of it this way, if we do a lockdown where everyone is frozen from going to work, and it's mandated for, let's say, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, what's going to happen to the virus? Well, if everyone's home and they're not sharing the virus with other people, the virus will either work itself out internally or it'll kill you. I mean, it's grim, but that's the realistic, you know, outcome of it. So if you get to the point where you need emergency attention, then, you know, you'll be able to receive it. But if you're just sick and you're at home and you're not passing it around and everyone's locked inside, it's an inconvenient thing for 14 days, but you know, that will be enough time to let the virus work its way out of your system. Ultimately, I think it's the best plan of action that everyone just stay indoors. I think Trump actually made the right call with the emergency shutdown, in the respect that, you know, if everyone's indoors, they can't spread it. If they can't spread it and they're infected, the virus dies. Realistically, I think that's pretty much the only shot that we have here. So despite the current state of things, even if the FDA does in fact come up with, a flu shot of sorts, it's still going to be years before it's passed and implemented. So as it is right now, we have this virus that is wiping out elderly, and true, it may not be any worse than the flu, but you look at those statistics in the graphs, and they show, deaths per year for the flu versus COVID-19. And you're like, oh, well, only X amount of people have died. That's all fine and great, but extrapolate that over the course of a couple of years and look at percentages. What percentage of people are infected versus what percentage of people have passed compared to the flu. So statistics right now currently don't work. If there were projected statistics and just as many people had the flu as they had, god damn it. Okay. Quick interruption from the post office. Anyways, as I was saying, if you extrapolate that data, there's no denying that the mortality rate for COVID-19 is much higher than the flu. Is it something that's going to wipe everyone out? No. But mass panic and people, looting, rioting, and not paying attention to protocols to keeping the elderly and the sick safe, that could kill a lot of people. So I want you guys to take this as my plea to you that when we are locked down, and it's going to happen, I know a lot of you guys think that I'm full of shit and, I don't have connections, but I have worked with a lot of people in a lot of different alphabet agencies, and I know some pretty important people. That's not a lie. That's not me being boastful. They have reached out to me in confidence and warned me, like, hey, make sure that you're stocked up. So I can tell you guys that there's some stuff that I know, and it could be hearsay, though I don't really think it's going to be hearsay. I think it's going to be a matter of if it's implemented and how it's implemented. That's going to be drastically different. But as far as things go right now, get only what you guys realistically need, and make sure that you're saving enough things for elderly people. I'll tell you guys something. If I need to take a shit and I don't have toilet paper, it's not the end of the world for me to hop in the shower and wash. Worst case scenario, I could scoop my ass along the fucking grass like my dogs do. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Whereas the elderly, if they have no means of sanitation keeping themselves clean, and, you're the 30-year-old who is strong enough and has enough, financially to be able to go hoard a whole bunch of toilet paper, of all ridiculous things, where does that leave people who aren't as fortunate as you? Worst case scenario, you have a smelly butt crack for a little bit until you can take a shower. Not a big deal, not the end of the world. Whereas with the elderly, that could be bed rashes that turn into MRSA. It could be a lot worse. So the panic buying that everyone is doing right now and depleting the stores, I'm sure those guys down there are getting ready to go to the store and try and, see what's left. Hey, honey, you take the Camry, I'm going to take my fucking whatever that truck is. The elderly who can't drive in general, let alone the snow, well, they're kind of shit out of luck. What you guys should be focusing on is how can you help other people right now? How can you make sure that your neighbor who is older has food? Do you have enough to share with them? That's an important thing to be stressed about. I've thought about this a lot. I've always had more than enough food on hand. It's just my nature, to prepare. It's fucking March 14th right now, and it's snowing. You never know what's going to happen. So, if I hear of anyone that's hungry or in need, you bet your ass that I'm hopping in my X3 and driving down to wherever I need to go to deliver the goods. Right behind me there's woods. I have thermal. I do hunt. I could kill me a deer and have venison, have meat in my freezer. I'm not worried about food. but the easy to prepare and easy to consume food for elderly and getting that to the people who need it is what's really important right now. Other than that, again, I will stress the fact that our mildly sick, your mild sickness to those with, compromised immunities or old age could mean death. So if you're sick, stay the fuck home. I'd like to point out for the record that this case of paper towels is for the tattoo shop. It's not for personal use. All the stores and Costco and everything else are completely out of these, and we use these for tattooing. So this isn't like a hoarding thing. I ordered this long before COVID was a huge thing, but everyone for some reason bought all the blue shop towels, which is, again, all we use. On my vest, my taser's going to be coming off, body cam, whatever, it doesn't weigh anything, baton's staying on, extra mag pouches are going on, rifle plate in the front, I might actually throw a rifle plate in the rear. That's my setup for those of you who are going to ask. And as it is right now, with gun status, I could throw on my duty belt. Again, those of you who want to know, Glock 21, H&C trigger, Terran tactical base plates, OC, 2 extra mags, 2 sets of cuffs. Good enough. And then we have soft body armor, soft armor, and then, hi Cruella, back there, that's all just different plates and soft and hard armor. So while I freak you guys out and make you look at spiders, why the guns, why the vest? Well, when emergencies happen and people panic, there's a lot of people that are going to be going to very empty stores right now and realizing, shit, I should have bought food a long time ago. And you have your 35, 40-year-old moms and dads out there. We're going to go to the store. Oh, hi, you. So you have all these people who are going to be going to the store realizing, I'm completely out of everything, and I have kids to feed. Okay, let me ask you guys this, and it's a stupid question, but one you got to think of. When it comes down to it, what would you not do to feed your family? Your family's starving. And you're freaking out because everything's closed. Okay, well, all you'd have to do is break this to be able to get to this. Then you're inside my house. At that point, you die. It's an important thing right now. When that door goes down, if you don't have means implemented to stop somebody, and somebody was to come into here and be like, oh, I want your cases of food that you pulled out of storage. I actually pulled those out to check dates on them. And if I'm being honest, if somebody was that desperate and they kicked down my door for food, I'm going to give you food. I don't want to see people starving. These waters are not for personal consumption. They are for our snakes. So we bought these the last time it snowed. We were supposed to have this crazy snowstorm. The video was up for like 2 days, and then day 2 never happened. But apparently mid-March is when it decided to snow. Now, if you come into my house with nefarious intentions and you're looking to cause harm, all bets are off. Good luck. But if you're hungry, you need meds, you need first aid, sure, I'll help you. But, you could have knocked. So I guess with anything, you guys, all we can really do right now is kind of just feel this out and see what's going to happen. Because I could project what I think is going to happen, but that's going to be bullshit. That's fear-mongering. You know, projecting what you assume might happen causes panic. So instead of panicking, I'm just chilling. I'm not going to work. I don't want to go to a jail right now where there's a ton of people. And they're always sick there anyways. So I'm not going out and arresting people. I'm staying my ass home and hanging out with the dogs who were put away for this video, but or, you know, smashing around on the Husky FE501. Love that bike. Or playing with my wolf puppy. This is Soren. You guys haven't met him before. He is 86% wolf, and the rest of him is Malamute. Here's Minxie. There's Sweetie. And that's Yeti. Fix your ear. You look ridiculous. You look ridiculous. Hi. My big dangerous pitbull puppy. She's the biggest sweetie ever. And then this dipshit. Come here. Kate, come here. He's 160 pounds. Come here. And about the most worthless dog. Come here. Are you scary? Scary looking, but you fart loud enough and he will go running. Cade, what'd you think? Cade. Hi, Bubba. Hi. You want to go play in the snow again? Yeah, he's scared of vacuum cleaners, plastic bags. Like if I was to grab a plastic grocery bag and shake it right now, he'd probably pee. You big pussy. You are a useless Rottweiler, but you're adorable. That one's a little fierce. Fix your damn ear. Come here. Come here. Fine. So, big priority right now, obviously, is keeping all of these guys fed and fat and happy. Priya wants to eat the camera. So again, Priya, Cade, Yeti, Minx. And Soren's super depressed. He's like, you guys, I'm like never in a box. I don't know what's happening right now. And he's wet because he was out in the snow. Like literally just rolling around in it. He was a big sweetie. So my worst case scenario here is I go across that fence directly on the other side of that road that you hear cars coming up. That's Mount Rainier. I mean, I could just walk through there with thermal, night vision. You know, not legal during normal hunting, but you know, these are different times. So worst case scenario, again, I could go kill me a deer, and guess who else can eat venison? So my food supply, not super stressed about it. And I know a lot of you guys don't live in a place where you can, oh hi Bubba, where you can necessarily go out and just kill a deer, and that's not as easy of a thing. You look like a bear. Again, you guys, if you hoard everything and nobody else has anything, and the shelves are empty because you bought everything in a panic, then other people are going to panic, and they're going to do whatever they need to do to find food. It's a cyclical thing, and it could be disastrous. So I'm going to end with that. You guys, stay safe, stay home. Remember, this isn't so much about you. You know, if you're an able-bodied person and you had the chance to click on this video, you probably have the chance and opportunity to go out there and do something for someone else. You know, make sure that your neighbors are taken care of. Make sure that your neighbors are safe and protected. Keep yourself armed so you can continue to help others. I'm not armed to defend myself so much as I am armed to defend other people who aren't. Situations like these that bring out either crazy people, people who panic easily, or those who just have no regard for human life, or those who do everything in their power to protect it and help others. So be the better person. Be the guy who goes and makes sure that everyone's okay. Again, if you're sick, FaceTime, Skype, give them a phone call. Do a porch drop off of goods. Don't be selfish. Help your fellow man. That's what America is about. This is a shitty situation. There is no denying that. But we have to make the best of this. And the way to make the best of this is to come together as a community and help those who need it. Don't be selfish. Take care of yourself first, but realize that you should be taking care of yourself first so you can help others. Imagine if everyone in the world acted and thought that way. That would be the end of war. That would be the end of a lot of shit. But so many people are so fucking selfish that's... Anyways, I could rant forever about that, so I'm going to shut up here so I can let my poor dogs out. I love you guys. Stay safe. I'll keep you updated on my situation, but I really don't think anything much is going to happen. Play it safe. Do what you can to help other people. Make sure that your neighbors are good. Be kind to fellow man. Do not hoard shit. If you did hoard stuff, make sure that you're distributing it. Make sure that people are fed. Do your part. Love you guys. Sean Havoc out.